Yeah, we're talking about this movie today. Why? Because this movie disappointed me on so many levels. But that's not the main subject today. We're talking about something else today. Plot holes. The Rise of Skywalker has what you say, a boatload of plot holes. Let's start, shall we? Just as a quick side note, these are just my personal finds of the plot holes in this movie. There could be a dozen more that I have missed. If I have missed any more plot holes, let me know in the comment section below. Now, let's start, shall we? How did Palpatine survive after Return of the Jedi? In case you don't remember, Palpatine was thrown down a hole, then the Death Star exploded. Like, how could this happen? I mean, in the movie, it's sort of implied that he took a page from his master.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
But that makes no sense since Plagueis couldn't bring himself back to life, as explained by Sheev in episode 3.
Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself.
Now you might be saying, Legends have the answer. Essence transfer. Palpatine used that to survive in the OG timeline. That theory is not implied anywhere in the movie. It's disproven by the aforementioned the dark side leads to powers some consider to be unnatural line, because if those two powers are the same, why didn't Plagueis use that to bring himself back to life? Plus, it's not a good idea to leave plot points in other material, not the movie, especially if materials are non-canon. Next! Palpatine has like 1,000 ships ready to wreck everything. One problem, where did he get the funds to resources to build these ships? I would assume building a lot of Death Star Star Destroyers would need a lot of supplies. Metal, energy, manpower to fully develop and run these ships. Another YouTuber, Vito, breaks down this plot well in his own video. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But to summarize his points, you would need millions of men to build and run these ships. And that's a lowball estimate. Also, keep in mind, he builds thousands of ships in 30 years. Like, the second Death Star took 3 years to build. And that was the Empire's peak. And even if we give the benefit of the doubt that it takes 1 year to build one ship, you only have 30 ships at most. It would be impossible for these ships to be ready on time, especially when you have like a couple hundred people on the planet at most. Oh my god. Next point. In the movie, Poe does this thing called light speed skipping, which is basically going at light speed for a couple seconds at a time. Now, in A New Hope, it's explained that you need to plot this stuff out or you'll hit something.
Traveling through hyperspace ain't like dusting crops, boy. Without precise calculations, we'd fly right through a star or bounce too close to a supernova and that'd end your trip real quick, wouldn't you?
Now, you could argue that this is just a plot contrivance rather than a hole, which, I mean, doesn't help much since it's still a contrivance. But the chance of this working without the characters dying is like, what, 0% chance? And he did it 3 times. Oh my god. This is a smaller plot hole, but this bothers me so much. In the movie, Poe tells everyone Palpatine is back and everyone wonders how this could be. Then someone speaks up and says this.
Dark science. Cloning. Secrets only the Sith knew.
Oh my god. Cloning was a thing done on Kamino. It's just... It is not just something the Sith can do. In fact, nowhere in canon or legends has the Sith ever done cloning without the assistance of another party. Even the movies themselves, ignoring the EU stuff, the clone army wasn't made by Sith magic, but by the Kamino guys. Why? Just why? So this Sith Agent Ship has been in the desert for like decades at this point, but hasn't been taken apart or ransacked. I mean, The Mandalorian shows this stuff happens when you leave your ride alone for an hour. This ship has been here for like 1,000 times longer, but nothing has been stolen. Are you kidding me? So 3PO was built by a child in the desert far away from the Republic. So he wouldn't be given the same treatment as regular droids since, not in the Republic, so he wouldn't have the Sith blocker in his mind. You might argue that he was giving this stuff after Episode Q because he was owned by Padme, who lives in the Republic. But why does the Senate ban the Sith language? What would be the purpose? I get why maybe 1,000 years ago because Sith Wars, but not during the time where most people don't know what a Sith Lord is. Oh my goodness. If Force healing was a power, why didn't every Jedi learn it? It would have come great during those times when Jedi were killed. You could just spawn them back up and have them be back at full power. Qui-Gon could have lived if Obi-Wan had this power. Come to think of it, wouldn't Anakin want to learn this power because he could have saved Padme from death with it? Anakin wants to stop Padme from dying. So you would think Anakin would want to perfect this power to save his wife. Come on, JJ, you would have known this. You quoted Revenge of the Sith. Do I need to even explain this? The chances of the Death Star being in perfect place after 30 years is 0%. When you consider it's the bloody ocean where it would have been hit by countless waves and it would have moved around during that time. Oh my goodness. Moving on. Alright, so Rey decided to be like, fuck it, I quit, and heads to Luke's planet and just decides to chill out there forever. But Force Ghost Luke is like, nah dude, you gotta go save the universe and stuff. The problem is, Rey destroyed her ride so she can't go anywhere. But don't worry, Luke has a plan. He uses the Force and pulls out his X-Wing from the ocean, and it still works. What? How? That thing was underwater for years. It would have been rusted up by then, and the electricity would have been damaged by the water over the years. What? Water isn't some sort of stasis chamber that you can just drop things in. It will erode anything, given a long period of time. And that shit was in there for a large amount of time. I don't know, years at least. So when Palpatine does his little Zav attack and drains our heroes, he's restored to the Emperor we knew, and this doesn't make any sense. The being restored to your former glory and not some sort of Lovecraftian monster, I get that. But why does he look like himself after Mace Windu shocked him with his own Force lightning? Shouldn't he look like the face before the Force lightning? Is this his true form? In the EU, the Sith often degrade look-wise because of the dark side and stuff. But that's never addressed in the films whether this is his true form as a Sith. So it technically counts as a plot hole. I mean, if it wasn't his pure form, he wouldn't want to look fucking ugly. Oh my. Let's just wrap this up. And those are all the plot holes I have found in the movie. But there's probably a lot more out there. Seriously, this movie has so many holes. I might have missed a couple. Oh boy. So anyway, if you find any plot holes, let me know in the comment section below. Let's wrap this up. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe and comment below. Let me know what you think of it. And until next time, have a wonderful day.